pee so bad.
You look cutie. Pretty much wear the watermelon.
Like, then banana stuff first. For rice, black bean, baked cookies.
I am the most extra.
You say that I'm crying for you. I heard you whispering.
Currently outside on the bike, going to do a casual bike for about 30 minutes. The week leading up into a weightlifting meet is obviously a lot lower volume. My percentages are going to be lower and everything decreases as, you know, the meet approaches. Because I lift on Friday, my training today is going to be the heaviest, and then tomorrow I only have about 3 movements. Wednesday's pretty minimal, and Thursday is going to be rest. Thursday I'll take you guys with me and show you what I'm doing. I have like a really nice relaxation massage, gonna stretch, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, everything this week, there's no CrossFit, there's no Metcons. But with that being said, if I don't do that, my total daily energy expenditure is gonna be a lot lower than normal, which I don't want. That's why I'm doing like 30 minutes on the bike, really, really casual, not exerting myself, but I still need to make sure that I'm burning enough calories so that I don't go up in weight. Speaking of weight, today is Monday and I woke up at 118.2, but I also have a ton of water in me. And I'll talk more about like the process of water cutting just for that last pound. We'll get into that as the week goes on, but for now, it's still the beginning of the week, so I'm not too stressed about it. And I'll talk to you guys about how I manipulate sodium and everything like that. So we'll pretty much just go through this whole week as a learning experience. Hopefully you guys will learn something. And yeah, welcome to the deload week. And let's do it. I hate that I have to do this right now, but I will go ahead and talk a little bit about sodium stuff right now. The goal is to get to Thursday and pretty much be 116.6 waking up on Thursday, and then obviously Friday, so I make weight. So what I do is on Monday, I'm going to times my sodium that I normally eat by 1.5. I typically keep my sodium around 2,000 milligrams. Today it's going to be around 3,000, and I am drinking 2 gallons of water. Later in the video, I'll talk more about water loading and the purpose and how I'm doing it, but for today's purposes, it's higher sodium and the highest amount of water. So I am feeling super full and I had to pick foods today that have lots of sodium, and the only thing I could think of that I had was an older Lenny's and Larry's cookie. Not happy about it, but whatever. For the sake of being precise this week, I'm just gonna weigh it because you never know with these new fake cookies. Like, look how weird they are. They're gross. I'm so pissed. So 2 ounces is 56 grams. This is 58, that will be fine. Half of a cookie pre-class snack. Lots of sodium, lots of fakeness. Tastes like shit. It's 2 o'clock. I said I was going to finish my gallon by 2 o'clock and I still have a little bit left, so I have to chug this. That's good enough. People are gonna be like, Manders, it's so dangerous to drink that much water. You could get like sick from drinking that much water. Yeah, I know. You know what I would also get sick from? Not being able to lift because I don't make weight. So I just got home and my lunch is 2 ounces of chicken, green wise tenderloin, and then I have some sweet potato, cauliflower rice, black beans, avocado, and asparagus. If you guys didn't know, asparagus is a natural diuretic. Fun fact for you. Basically, your body needs to burp, needs to do that too. I can't get this video done today. All right, so before I get into anything, I just want to put a disclaimer that I'm not suggesting any of you do this. This has nothing to do with fat loss. This week, this 4-day period that I am manipulating sodium and water, I'm not losing body fat. So don't take this information and start doing water cuts and sodium cuts. It's not gonna work. It's not long term. It is literally just so I can get the water out of my system to weigh a pound lighter. So keep that in mind. Please don't think that this is like a healthy thing to drop weight fast. It's not actual fat that I'm losing. That is already done and over with. That's what I dieted for. It has nothing to do with body fat. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about sodium manipulation first. So sodium manipulation and water manipulation kind of work in the same way. This is not gonna work if you have not been drinking a gallon of water per day in the weeks prior, or you haven't been eating a certain amount of sodium per day in the weeks prior to doing this. So just a little tidbit of information there. But nonetheless, your body in regards to sodium manipulation does need a certain baseline that it's used to that you eat on a daily basis. For me personally, I eat like 1,800 to 2,000 at most milligrams of sodium per day. So 4 days before the meet, which was yesterday in day 1, I increased my sodium to about 1.5, like I mentioned, and that's 3,000 milligrams. So what that does is basically cause some temporary water retention in my body. And it's kind of like if you've ever gone out to eat for sushi, or you've ever eaten like a really salty meal, like Mexican or something like that, and you feel really bloated. It's water retention from the extreme amount of sodium all of a sudden. So then basically what that does is like kick your body into high gear with dealing with the amount of sodium, and it tries to flush it. So that's where the water manipulation comes in as well, because on the same day that I started with the highest amount of sodium is the same day that I start with the highest amount of water. So basically yesterday I was like a puff ball, so much water, so much sodium, and then gradually throughout the week you decrease. But typically I like to utilize water manipulation and sodium manipulation hand in hand because it allows me to keep my macros at the same amount, and I really don't don't want to go into like really low carb the day before a meet because I'm gonna feel super tired, super like cranky, and just my glycogen levels are gonna be depleted, and I do not want that. You don't want depleted glycogen levels before you're about to go to a meet and PR, hopefully. Your clean and jerk and your snatch, both very taxing lifts. You need a lot of carbs, and with weightlifting, you have a 2-hour weigh-in, which means I will weigh in at 8:30 a.m. and lift at 10:30 a.m. So I only have 2 hours between the time that I weigh in and the time that I lift to rehydrate and get as many carbs in me as possible without throwing up. As I'm gradually decreasing my sodium throughout the week, so Monday is 3,000 milligrams, Tuesday is about 2,300 milligrams today, tomorrow will be 1,500 milligrams, and Thursday will be very, very minimal because I want the least amount of water retention possible, because remember, I'm trying to get rid of all that extra water. That's pretty much where the water manipulation comes in, kind of the same idea as the sodium. So I'm basically overhydrating myself Monday and Tuesday, which then tricks my body into thinking that that's how much water it's going to be receiving. So I will be flushing. Like when I tell you guys that I'm peeing every 30 minutes, no exaggeration. My body is trying to get rid of this water. My friend Ricky Long, little Ricky, if you guys don't know her, she did like an awesome little video on it, and she explained like a sponge explanation, which is great. If your body is super dry and you don't have enough water, like a dry sponge, and you put it under the faucet, it's gonna absorb all the water. However, if you are overhydrated, the sponge is already full, you run it under the water is just gonna fall off. So that's kind of the similar concept to water loading, basically. Again, like I said, if you're not already drinking a gallon of water per day, this water manipulation is not gonna work. So prior to my meet for about 2 weeks, I was carrying around a gallon. You guys saw my previous videos, and I was making sure that I drank a gallon of water. With that being said, the same kind of concept goes for the water loading. Monday is 2 gallons. Today is 1.5 gallons, tomorrow will be 1 gallon, and Thursday will be very minimal, as little as I can possibly drink. Probably around tomorrow and Thursday is when I'm gonna start to feel the most dry, and I'm gonna be depleting that water a lot more quickly, even though I'm not drinking as much. So I should lose this last pound. This morning I woke up at 117.8, so I'm just a pound over. Super awesome, and that's exactly where I wanted to be today, so I should be right on track, but I will definitely keep you guys updated tomorrow morning as well. And then lastly, the only other thing that I kind of manipulate is on Thursday night, I will be eating no vegetables and no voluminous foods, no fibrous foods, and just the reason being is because it takes up more room in your stomach, and therefore you weigh more. That's also like a good point to make too. A lot of times people like freak out if they eat like a ton of veggies, like a salad or something really late at night, and they wake up and they're, you know, an extra pound over. It's probably just all the damn veggies in your stomach that are taking a very long time to digest. So obviously I want to avoid that. I'm going to be sticking to like protein shakes, sandwiches, things that are super dense and super easy to digest. With a combination of these tools I just talked about, people usually lose about 2 to 6 pounds, and again, this is going to depend on how much water you typically retain, your body fat percentage. For somebody like me, where I don't carry around too much fat, it's a bit more difficult to drop that weight because it's not really holding on to anything. That's where it gets a little tricky, but that's why it's important to do the sodium and water manipulation. Monday was definitely the worst day. 2 gallons is a lot of water. It is a lot, let me just tell you. I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Give it a thumbs up if you're halfway through it, and halfway through the week, ready to get through tomorrow and Thursday, and ready to lift.
Making a music video.
Hey guys. This portion of the video for today, I wanted to talk with my coach who programs my weightlifting for me through DBAB, Athletics, and he coached me through my last meet, and so I feel like you guys have seen me talk about what it's like to be an athlete during this process, but not necessarily the coach's point of view. And I think it's important for everyone to kind of like get an idea as far as like your openers and what your goal is going onto the platform and everything like that. So the first thing I think is important is, how do you as a coach evaluate, like for your athlete, like using me as an example, how do you evaluate like what I need during a meet and how do you make those changes?
First things first, I think that it's important to realize that every athlete is different, especially in a weightlifting aspect versus like a CrossFit competition, because you have, you know, a set amount of attempts. The mental aspect comes into it a lot. So from training and preparation to tapering, deciding what your openers are and deciding what types of jumps you're going to make throughout the meet, it's important for your coach to understand what type of mindset that you have coming in. You know, we were just kind of talking about how Amanda opens up fairly well. We have a couple other lifters that tend to generally miss their first lift. Amanda generally tends to open her first lift. I know that Amanda's a little bit stronger mentally, so we can probably open up a little bit heavier, but definitely a relationship that's built between an athlete and coach that can get more and more defined as the athlete spends more time with the coach.
When I go through weightlifting meets, like last meet, I get so nervous, and Alex knows that, so like I'll be pacing back and forth and he's like, yo, sit down. Sit your ass down on the floor. When we go into a meet, basically you'll go up to the like table.
Yep.
And he'll tell them everything is in kilos, by the way. If you're thinking about doing a weightlifting meet, you should probably know your conversions because you have to put your opener at kilos, and they only require you to have your first lift, right?
That's correct. First lift in the snatch, first lift in the clean and jerk. Yep.
Right. So then let's say like I go out there and I hit my opener and it's really good and it feels really good, like how last meet was.
Yep.
So for example, during my last meet, I hit my opener. It was so easy, a lot easier than we would have expected it to be. And so then you went back up to the table and you looked at the other, like what is your process for that? Like when you see everybody's lift?
It's important for a coach and athlete to understand what the goal of the meet is. So sometimes a goal might be, especially in like a smaller, more local meet, the goal might be to win, the goal might be to podium. So if that's the case, like it was when Amanda won Doral, the goal was to win, so it was important not just to hit her list, but to understand what people around her were hitting, and if we needed to go a little bit more aggressive or maybe be a little bit more conservative, just so we can put more lifts on the board. For Doral that Amanda won her weight class in, we had the opener set. We had a pretty good idea about what the second and third lift should look like. A girl, I forget who it was, but a girl opened up a couple kilos heavier than Amanda, so we kind of did like an impromptu change. I think we bumped the second lift up 2 or 3 kilos. She ended up hitting it, and that ended up putting her in first coming out of the snatch. Ended up winning the meet, but and it's a smaller local meet, definitely. I think that a lot of people like to see themselves rank better and finish higher. Yeah. So it starts to become like a chess match. I hit this, you hit that, she hits that. I hit this, you hit that, she hits that kind of thing.
Yeah, which is why I think it's super, super important to have a coach. Like, I honestly could not do this without you. Like, this whole process. It's a lot, and I'm like so thankful for everything that you do for me, because I feel like I'm a hot ass mess. Like, let's just put that on the table. Like, I could never imagine going through a weightlifting meet without you, and especially like how good my last meet went. That was the best meet I ever had. I PR'd my competition total, but during that meet I PR'd my snatch as well, even though I didn't get it because my stupid noodle arm. But nonetheless, like, it's still a PR. Like, you need to have a really good coach that knows you, like you have a good relationship, you guys trust each other, and like I know without a doubt that like going into this meet, whatever you say that you think I can hit, like I kind of believe in myself, but I believe in what you believe in me more, you know? And like that's super important. Like the last meet that we did, he was like, what do you want to hit for your third? And I was like, I don't know. I was like,
just don't tell me.
Just don't tell me what it is. Put it on there and just let me go for it. And it ended up being a PR. So that's, I think, really important. Like just the fact that I trusted you enough to do that, but it was mutual because you trusted me to hit it, and I did, which is cool. Today I have to hit my opener and snatch and clean and jerk.
We will see how that goes.
Yeah, we still haven't officially decided on that, so I guess we're gonna find out. But I just wanted to give you guys like a formal introduction to my coach, because a lot of people ask me like, you know, where do you get your programming? Where do you get your programming? Right here. So it's not for everyone. He writes it for me. He writes it for my noodle arms because, you know, we're trying to get jacked. He does everything for me, and I'm so appreciative for that. I seriously could not do that.
My pleasure.
You're the best. All right, so we're gonna go hit the openers and continue on with this video. right, so we are back home. And I wanted to share this with you guys. You know I have been obsessed lately with the Isopure protein. I just found out they have a Colombian coffee flavor, and I have Icon Meals Caffeinated Kernels protein popcorn. So we are going to make a little coffee bowl smoothie. I already blended up my frozen banana with some vanilla cashew almond milk and ice. This is going to be a fantastic combination. This tastes like actual coffee ice cream. Oh my god, that's so good. How does this only have 1 gram of carb and it's so creamy? Wow, A+ Manners, A+ choice. So that's where I'm gonna close out day 3. And I will catch you guys in the next portion, Thursday, the day before meet day. So excited. I hope you guys are enjoying, and I will see you tomorrow.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty overdose is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, I wanna spend some time with you. Oh, just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try. Oh, just the 2 of us, yeah, you and I. Oh, just the 2 of us. Building castle in the sky. Oh, just the 2 of us, yeah, you and I. You look for love, no time for tears.
All right, I just stepped on the scale. It's 4:30. I weigh 117.0 exactly, so I should be totally fine in the morning. I'm so happy. I'm about to eat this as my dinner. Like I told you guys, no vegetables. It's a whey protein isolate, so easy to digest, and then just something to like keep me sane because I'm pretty hungry right now. So this is what I'm about to eat, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna pack. So let's talk about the most important stuff, which is the food stuff first. So as you guys know, because I've told you in this video, I'm doing a water cut as well as a sodium cut for this meat. Now, obviously it's not like super intense to where, you know, I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything today. I just have to go to bed earlier and stop eating and drinking at an earlier time. So 12 hours prior to weigh-in. Immediately after I weigh in, and hopefully make weight, I'm going to mix one of these Pedialyte strawberry packets in with a full sugared Powerade electrolyte that has sodium, magnesium, calcium, all that good stuff. And this is going to be immediately after I weigh in. I'm not gonna chug this whole thing. I'm just gonna drink it and sip it. Then following that, or with that I should say, I'm going to have one of these little fruit cups. And this is just like the regular Dole fruit cups in fruit gel or fruit juice, whatever. It's just pure sugar and fruit. So that's gonna be first thing after weigh-in is that little combo right there. Immediately after that, I'm going to have my Thomas cinnamon raisin bagel. Reason why bagels just have 400 milligrams of sodium, it's a good, easy, and delicious way to get in some sodium and lots of carbs. And then of course the low-fat cream cheese and pure blackberry jam. With that, I'm going to have, I finally found the flavor, by the way. Remember in my other video, I was like, oh, I got the wrong one. This is the one I was looking for, the sea salted caramel cream espresso shot, and that will be drink with the bagel. And then of course I cut these donuts in half from the Parlor Bakery, so it's really like having 2 donuts. I would get so sick if I ate all 4. So I just cut them in half and I stuffed them in this Tupperware so I could eat them immediately after I lift, not after weigh-in. I would totally puke. And then of course I have a huge water that I want to be drinking on during warm-ups and right after weigh-ins and just staying hydrated. So basically we have our simple carbs, our sodium and electrolytes, our real carbs like food-wise, and then my fun little snacks, and that is everything that I'm bringing to the meet food-wise. I just unplugged my Beats wireless sport headphones for warm-ups. I should probably get the case. I already have my bag at the door ready to go. I just wanted to double check everything, and honestly, I already know my gym bag has everything I need in it because I don't ever take anything out of it. So my weightlifting shoes, my exo sleeve knee wraps. I'm gonna wear these moccasins to the meet just because they're comfy. I have my lacrosse ball for rolling out my back, my baseball for rolling out my lower back, hip circle, and weightlifting belt. And that is literally all I need to make sure that I have. Oh, and my wrist wraps. My wrist wraps right there. So like I said, I already knew that that was good to go, so I'm just gonna pop my headphones in there, run in, excuse me, tux, and the gym bag is good to go. I love you. It's currently 6:30 and I am done eating and drinking for the night. Weigh-ins are in 14 hours. And thank you so much for sticking around during this entire vlog. If you did, I know it was actually my longest vlog that I've ever done. So if you've made it to the end, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you learned something though. If you did, definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you learned. I tried to cover like a wide variety of things involving weightlifting meets. The only thing that I don't think I really like went too much into detail about was the process of the meets, like getting there and checking in. But it's pretty self-explanatory and it's not really anything that you have to overthink. And you guys will see it in the meet day video when I kind of vlog the day tomorrow. So that's pretty much all I think I have for you guys for this video. So I just wanted to end the vlog and say thank you so much, and also thank you for 19,000 subscribers. I don't know where all of you guys came from, but hello and welcome to the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really had fun making it, so I hope that you benefited from it in some way. And hopefully the next video that you guys see will be the meet day vlog, which I'm so pumped about. And now it's time to just rest and chill and just calm the hell down. And there's nothing else I can do, so I'm gonna just relax and I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much. Catch you in the next one.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Oh, just the two of us.